Carolina Insider is presented by Wells Fargo, official sponsor of Carolina Athletics. Visit your Carolina Ford dealer, proud partner of Carolina Athletics. Coca-Cola, there's magic when we cheer together. And by Hardison and Cochran, dial 919-ALL-4s for a free legal consultation.
Hello again. Welcome to the latest edition of the Carolina Insider. My name is Jones Angel, coming your way from Bank of America Stadium here in Charlotte, following what unfortunately was not the result the Tar Heels wanted in the ACC championship game. A close game through the first half and the beginning of the second half, and then it got out of hand. Clemson wins it 39-10 over the Tar Heels. Tigers making all the key plays. A 98-yard interception return for a score, the second longest against Carolina in history, a blocked field goal, a fumble that led to the score for the Tigers. Tar Heels, too many mistakes to beat a good team like Clemson. You'll hear from Mack Brown in just a moment and his thoughts after this one. That's not all we have, though. Carolina, of course, in Blacksburg on Sunday for men's basketball. Coach Davis met with the media earlier in the week. Tar Heels in desperate need of some quality play. He talked about that and what would be important as Carolina opens ACC action. Women's soccer, what a big win for the women as they beat Florida State in the national semifinal to move on to the championship game. We'll have highlights of that victory over the Seminoles. Plus, talking about women's soccer, Adam Lucas and I had a chance to sit down with Allie Sentnor, one of the outstanding young players on this Tar Heel team. You'll see some of that conversation as well. So we have a lot to do here on the Carolina Insider. Let's start with hearing from Mack Brown after Carolina falls to Clemson in the ACC title game.
We felt like with DJ, we were going to make him beat us. We were going to stop the run, so we stacked the box. They put in Cade, and Cade played great. So we had to adjust and try to come after him with really young secondary people in the second half. So that put us in a bind. And we had 2 turnovers that led to 14 points, one at the 24-yard line, 1 interception for a touchdown.
What are the problems in the red zone that's connecting there to the last 3 weeks?
If I could answer that tonight, I'd be making more money than I am coaching. We'll have to go back and look at it tonight and see what it is. It's been a consistent problem the last 3 weeks, and it wasn't the first 10, so I don't have any idea. They've got a really good defense. I know that.
Expectations get unfairly high on this team before the last 3 games?
I don't have any idea what they were. We want to win every game. As I've said, this team's been in the championship game twice ever since 2012. So that's a really, really good accomplishment. We lost 7 games last year, and we won 9 this year. So that's a tremendous amount of progress. We're playing one of the best teams in the country that, unless they lost by 1 point last week, they would be in the Final Four. So it shows you where we are, and we're making progress, but it also shows you what we've got to do to get better.
Second row to our left.
Mac, Michael Coe, WCHL Chapelboro. Was Clemson playing both quarterbacks and Klubnik pretty much the entire rest of the game after those first 2 drives? Was that something that you were looking for coming into this game, or did that kind of catch you off guard a little?
No, Cade had played very little all year, and when he went in at Notre Dame, I think he threw an interception, so we totally thought we would see DJ because they hadn't changed all year. We stopped them the first 2 or 3 times. DJ was struggling. That's exactly what we thought would happen, and we were hoping would happen because he's played good at times. But he didn't play well last week, and he was really struggling. They weren't trying to run the ball. We thought they'd try to line up and run it down our throat like Notre Dame did, and then Cade came in and he hit 20 out of 24 and 10 out of 11 the first half and really played great.
Second row right in front of you, Coach.
C.L. Brown, Raleigh News and Observer. Mac, it's kind of piggybacking off of that. It's been the backup quarterbacks for Georgia Tech and NC State. How difficult is it, and how much changes, from you guys prepared for one thing and you have to kind of change in the middle of a game? Like, how does that change how you
Well,
defend?
it's very difficult, and we've got to do a better job of it. The other thing is we've got a sophomore and 2 freshmen starting in the secondary, and you don't want to blitz because if you do, you leave them out there by themselves. And that's what we had to do the second half and gave up some big plays.
Well, Coach, what was your message to your team on the sidelines following the pick 6?
Pick it up. Go back to work. This is really difficult. It's a hard thing when you're going in to score and cut the score to 24-17, and all of a sudden it's 31-10. when you're third and goal from the 4. But that's part of life. When things happen bad, you got to pick it up and go back. And I didn't think we did very well there. I thought we need to mature and thought we got our head down, which most people would do. And I didn't think we played as well in that stretch. And then they came back and kept trying, but we didn't have the same confidence.
What lessons do you think Drake May can take from this game tonight?
Oh, Drake's the reason we're in the game. He's playing the best defense we've played all year by far. It's one of the best defenses in the country, and we'll all grow from playing a great team. When you play a team that's been in the playoffs every year for about 6 out of the last 8, I think, it shows you what you got to do to get where we want to go, and we're not there yet. We're better than everybody else because we got here, but we weren't better than they were. This was kind of like the Notre Dame game. They were physically better than we were, and they whipped us.
On the pick six, seemed like a huge moment in the game. What did you see on that play, and then what did you talk to Drake about after the play?
I thought he was trying to throw it to Copenhagen, and it just got out of control and got a little bit high. And then he tried so hard to tackle him, and he couldn't. John tried to tackle him, and that's just a freakish play that changes games, just like Omarion's fumble. We're right in the game, we're moving it, and we fumble it at the 24-yard line. I mean, it's and we're not built yet to walk in there and shut it down like we'd hope we will be at some point. So that's what I saw. I knew it was we hadn't done well in the red zone. He was trying to make a play, and I think it just got out of his hands and slipped out of his hands and went over his head.